Okay, imagine this for a second. What if you could deadlift, say, twice your body weight, and then go out and crush a half marathon? Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we're going to talk about a whole fitness philosophy that says, yeah, you absolutely can. It's called hybrid training, and it's all about building a body that's not just strong, but genuinely capable of, well, anything. For the longest time, the fitness world basically gave you a choice. It was like, all right, pick a side. You could be the super strong power lifter, a master of just pure raw strength, or you could be the marathon runner, an expert in going and going and going. The whole idea was you had to pick a lane and stay in it. But that's the big question that hybrid training asks, isn't it? What if you didn't have to choose? What if you could actually build some serious, legitimate strength and also have the engine of a long distance runner? Well, let's find out. So, okay, what is this thing? What exactly is hybrid training? Because look, it's a lot more than just, mixing a little running in with your lifting. It's a really structured, thought out approach designed to make you genuinely good at both things at the very same time. At its heart, it's all about making strength and endurance work together. Think of them less like rivals fighting for your body's resources and more like partners on the same team. Instead of one canceling the other out, a smart hybrid program makes them help each other. The goal is super simple, really. Get stronger and build your stamina all at once. And this is what it actually looks like in practice. We're not talking about just being kind of okay at both. No way. A real hybrid athlete can put up some seriously impressive numbers. We're talking a 180-kilo deadlift, which is no joke, and still have the gas tank to go out and just crush a half marathon. It's a different level. And this, right here, is probably the most important thing to get. It's not really about looking a certain way. It's about what you can actually do. It's about building a body that's just ready, ready for anything. Whether that's helping your friend move a ridiculously heavy sofa without throwing your back out, or just deciding, hey, let's go for a 10-mile hike on the spur of the moment. So why is everyone talking about this all of a sudden? Why has it gotten so popular? Why are so many people moving away from just focusing on one thing? Well, honestly, the benefits they're pretty hard to argue with. Yeah, and this comparison really just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. The specialist can sometimes be a bit of a one-trick pony. They might be incredibly strong, but they get winded walking up a couple flights of stairs. Or they can run forever, but struggle to carry in all the groceries in one trip. The hybrid athlete, though, they're building this amazing foundation of resilience. They're developing a body that's just plain useful, no matter what you throw at it. All right, let's break down some of these awesome benefits. First off, all that endurance work, it's amazing for your cardiovascular health. Your heart's going to thank you. Then you've got the strength training building muscle, which basically turns your body into a calorie-burning machine. And maybe the best part, by combining them, you avoid the number one killer of any fitness plan, boredom. Things just stay interesting. Okay, but let's address the elephant in the room, right? This is the big one. This is the question that's probably been in the back of your mind this whole time, and it's held people back for years. It's that fear that all that running is just going to kill your gains in the weight room. And here is the answer. That whole interference effect you might have heard about, it's real, but it's mostly a problem of just bad planning. I love this analogy. Think of your body as having a recovery budget. If you try to max out your squats and then immediately go run your fastest 10K on the exact same day, well, you're spending way more than you have. You're going into debt. But with smart programming that actually separates those really hard sessions, you give your body time to recover and adapt to both. You can absolutely have both. All right, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. If you're thinking, okay, I'm in, how do I start? Here is a super simple game plan to get you going. So the key here is to start smart, not just to go super hard right out of the gate. So step one, you're just going to build a solid strength foundation, 3 times a week. Don't even worry about the running yet. Once you feel solid there, then you start to gradually add in a couple of cardio sessions a week. And the golden rules, the things you can't forget are right there. Separate those really hard days, make sure you're eating enough to fuel all this, and for goodness sake, listen to your body. And here's a perfect example of what a week could look like. Just check this out. See how that tough lower body day on Wednesday is nowhere near the long run on Saturday? That's on purpose. And that Tuesday run? It's specifically an easy run. Its job is to help you recover, not to beat you down. This kind of smart scheduling, this is the secret sauce. This is what makes it all click. Okay, let's quickly talk about what not to do. These are the classic mistakes, the traps that everyone falls into. And the biggest one, by far, is right there at the top, doing way too much, way too soon. I get it, you're excited, but burnout is so real. You have to remember recovery, sleep, food. That's just as important as the training itself. And at the end of the day, consistency is always going to be just going crazy for a few weeks and then quitting. And that brings us to the last and honestly, maybe the most important piece of this whole puzzle. Because hybrid training, it's not just a workout schedule you follow, it's a total mindset shift. It's a completely different way of looking at what it means to be fit. I love this quote because it just says it all, doesn't it? You're not training for one specific race or one powerlifting meet. You are building a body that is ready for life's random, unpredictable challenges, both today and 10, 20 years from now. It really is about playing the long game with your health. So, there you have it. The old rules, the ones that said you had to pick a lane, they're fading fast. The path to becoming a more complete, more capable, and just a more resilient human being is right here for the taking. So I guess the only question left is the one right there. Are you ready to be strong and fast?